Welcome to this week's edition of the Football Fan Show podcast. My name is Danny Harrington. I'm your host, and joining me this week, it's Callum Brown. Today, we're discussing the immediate reactions to the FA Cup final, as this was recorded as live after the FA Cup final. We're also talking about how we see the race for the top four ending up, and potentially a 2-year ban from all UEFA competitions for Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Juventus, as well as our thoughts potentially on the summer transfer window. Got some sad news at the end of the podcast, so stay tuned for that. It's not that sad. Let's just be honest right now. It's not that sad, but you got to stay tuned to the end of the podcast. Let's get into it. Our immediate reactions of the FA Cup final, of course, which was Chelsea 0, Leicester City 1. Oh, VAR
showed great character.
VAR showed great character. And, sorry, I'm getting a text message from Uber Eats, which you'll see what I ordered in a minute when I take a sip from...
Good man.
Yeah, I've got indigestion, though. I had to scoff it all down before I came live. So, yeah, it's not sitting well. Old man problems. Very much old man problems. Hey, what's going on today? Welcome to the program. So we're chatting... our talking points today. So we did talk about the top four last week. We're going to go into a little bit more detail because we didn't. I spent the better part of an hour arguing Zinedine Zidane as a shit manager.
God.
So yeah, we finally had the end of that debate, and I said he didn't earn every trophy he's won. He can. In a Brian Clough-esque way, I said that he could chuck him in the biggest fucking dustbin he can find because he never won any of them fairly.
You're really showing your age now.
I am. There you go. Brian Clough misquoted Leeds United. So we talk about the Premier League TV deal because it seems like that's peaked. Well, okay. This is not me suggesting this. This is somebody else. Actually, no. This is Talk Sport, the sensationalist bollocks that is Talk Sport. I like Talk Sport though, but they said
Talk Sport for?
And it was Simon Jordan suggesting. I believe
that's even worse.
I know exactly. Simon Jordan suggesting that maybe PSG should ditch Poch.
No.
If they don't win the league title against what was dubbed the Sunderland of France, Lille.
They're calling Lille the Sunderland of France.
Yes,
that's harsh, isn't it?
I would hasten to say Newcastle. Even that's a bit harsh. Maybe Villa. Maybe Everton. Maybe the Everton of France.
Yeah,
we'll get into it.
Everton.
We'll get into it. Finally, I'm going to convert. This week is a monumentous occasion, a great week. Callum is finally going to ditch Liverpool and become a Swindon Town fan because Robbie Fowler is about to be Swindon Town. Sorry, I thought I'd just try.
Yeah, I tried.
I thought I'd try. I tried and fell on my ass, fell flat on my face, and fucking Super League still alive. It will not die. This Super League bollocks will not die, and Real, Barca, and Juve are reportedly facing 2-year bans from all UEFA competitions, unless they pay the the £8 million fee to give to
honest,
charity.
I don't even think they can afford that. I think they take the 2-year ban because you've got no bloody money to pay off any fine.
We'll get into it. We're on. It says 7 till 10. We're not on till 10 o'clock. There is significantly less football to chat about. But the most important game of the day: Chelsea have lost the FA Cup final. Ooh, VAR, and we've already been joined by AOW Hetuma. Hopefully I'm saying that right, has said, Chelsea lost, crying face. Now hold your laugh, Callum. I know you're a Liverpool fan. I know. Oh, to be fair, it's me that's laughing.
Yeah.
But no, to be fair, VAR right at the end there, showing... yeah.
I was going to say it's ugly side, but there's no good side really.
There's no good side to VAR. I mean, we've together both consistently railed on VAR all season. Like, we bloody hate it.
Not even. To be honest, let's be clear on this. Not VAR itself. The referees.
No, VAR is a fantastic idea. The interpretation of the
Yeah,
rules. The rules need to be rewritten for
Or maybe
the rules are written for the old way. Yeah, go on.
Either, and this is my opinion. Either the rules need to be made simpler for the idiot referees to actually compute in their brain, or the referees need just to be retrained because the ones we've got are terrible.
They do, and they're a law unto themselves. By the way, you can email us your opinions, or you can say it in the chat. VAR wins a cup. Well, we did just mention, what was it, Callum? VAR showed great character.
Great character.
Great character.
To be fair, though, as much as we and even Liverpool fans banter Brendan for the way he said that all the time, I'm actually really happy for him because I think he deserves.
He deserves it. Yeah. He deserves to win the cup. Yeah. First person since Ali Ferguson. Yeah. First person to win the Scottish Cup and FA Cup consistently since Alex Ferguson. So good achievement for him. That's not my stat. That's the BBC's stat. There should be an umpire to call it, like in cricket. Well, that's what the VAR official is for, but I think it's the rules.
You're basically going to call the fourth official the umpire, aren't you?
Yeah, that's effectively what they are. But the rules need to be rewritten, like the offside rule that says if you have a overgrown fingernail that's offside, you're offside. That's ridiculous.
It's for me. It's when they draw the lines, and it's like you can clearly see it's barely, and they're drawing lines, and they redraw it and redraw it and redraw it until they get an angle where he's just offside, and it's like, come on now, you're looking, you're not looking trying to prove or disprove anything. You're looking just to basically say, oh yeah, well through this angle, with this position of the line, he's offside, but any of the all others, we have to like nitpick with these coloured lines and that, and it's just like you're just ruining the whole. I want to say spirit and soul of it, but you're just nitpicking over nothing. It's like
and no referee. Hang on, let me read this comment. No referee call should be taken into consideration if VAR is not able to confirm. I mean, we could get to that. We could very much get to a point where the referees lack the issue that we have with referees in this country is that they are a law unto themselves, and they don't lack the confidence. They love the spotlight. That's what we've that's
who was it I saw? Which referee was it that I saw? Basically, everyone was saying like he just loves being the centre of attention.
Mike Dean, was it? I'm going back to that West Brom game where Slaven Bilic was sent off.
Yeah, was it?
That was Mike Dean, I think.
Mike Dean, that's it.
Yeah, I'm sure that was Mike Dean. That was a Mike Dean game.
And I saw someone said he loves being the centre of attention. If it's not a match with Mike Dean in it unless he's done something to influence it, and it's not the way it should be. Referees are there to, referee, marshal the game, make sure that it's played fairly, and stuff like that. He's not there to influence the result of the match at all. And yet referees are allowed to do so with no consequence, and they love it because they're all full of themselves. And they're all just, I don't have to explain a thing to you because you're a scum and I'm protected anyway. If you dare try and criticise me, there's a fine. We can't criticise referee. When they're clearly just terrible and everyone knows it, including the players and managers.
In cricket, there is an umpire's call. It is taken into consideration when the decision review system is not conclusive. So, there you go. Not that we know that much about cricket. I used to play it at school, but other than that, I still believe the easiest solution to this is not just rewriting the rules for the modern era, because the rules are written for the previous way of doing things. Of the referee should go to Specsavers and things like that. But also, I think mic up the we've said this a million times, and we'll say it until we're deaf blue in the face. You know, mic them up.
So you can hear them, hear what they're saying, and people listen to them.
You can buy headphones at a rugby ground to listen to the referee. If you go to one of the Premiership games or an England match, you can buy headphones that you can hear the referees.
Yeah, so the fans in the stadium can hear them, because when in rugby they're mic'd up, so when the camera goes near them anyway, when they're talking to players, you can hear them. So people at home, you can hear them anyway. Yeah. But yeah, so you are absolutely right. It just got me thinking, just talking about referees, and that again about the Liverpool Man United match was last night. No, Thursday was it? I know we won, but I just want to call into the fact that the referee was I can't remember his name, but he's from Manchester, Wythenshawe to be precise. David Coote, the VAR referee, was from Manchester.
Oh.
Why are you having two of the referees, the two main referees from one of the cities that one of the clubs is from?
Unless they're both Man City fans or they claim to be like Salford City fans or something.
Oh no, it's bollocks. It's bollocks. It's like if Swindon were playing, who's your like hated rival?
Oxford United. Pwah.
Right. Yeah. So it's like if you were playing Oxford United and the referee and VAR referee were both from Oxford.
It's quite frankly, it'd be funny if they went, yeah, but we're not Oxford United fans. We're Oxford City fans, so we're a special breed of shit. Hello, National League South Oxford City. What was that? Bobby Moore used to manage you, and that's the only relevant thing you've got to say. Okay.
No, but it's like that, and obviously it doesn't matter now because we won, but still, like he was making decisions, and I was just like, well, they're both from, David Coote has got an active, bloody, real hatred against us. He doesn't like us at all, and so just anyway. But yeah, that was a sort of a. I digress from the point of conversation. Yeah, with the mic up referees.
Yeah, referees. Definitely. Referees have reared their ugly head again on this show. We're damn sick of it already. We don't want to talk about. Oh, imagine if the Euros is this bad. Imagine how depressing the Euros is going to be if we have to talk about the referees every fucking game.
The Euros already going to be terrible, and now the referees are going to make their mark and just to make it a little bit worse.
Just COVID was shit, wasn't it? But the referees are just going to make it that little bit more, more shit.
Everyone's a bit down anyway, so they escape the football weekend, and the referees go, no. This is my world, my game. Yeah, after a lot of them, just But
at least we've cheered up Ayo Watsuma because he said we're funny, so.
There you go.
So you've got a cheap laugh. You know what? If you don't laugh, you'll cry. But Leicester City winning the FA Cup, is that for the first time? They've never won it. They've been in 4 finals and lost 4, and this is their 5th final. I thought they had won it before, but apparently they've been in 4 finals.
Like 50 years ago or something.
They were in I know they were in a final in '69 and they lost to Manchester City.
But I swear someone said on the commentary.
I thought they'd won it before, but apparently they've been in 4 finals and lost all 4. So, I'm looking at their honours. No, yeah, they have been in 4 FA Cup finals and lost all 4.
Until now.
Yeah, 1968, 1969 was their last final, and they lost to Manchester City. I know that because I ran it as a quiz. But yeah, this is their first FA Cup final win. They'd won the League Cup previously. Martin O'Neill won it in 99, 2000, and they won it in 96, 97, and 63, 64. But they'd never won the FA Cup. But now they have, and it's another trophy to add to their trophy cabinet. Maybe they could go to Tottenham, or give the Labour Party a call. Keir Starmer knows a thing about building cabinets. Actually, no, he doesn't. His cabinet's
the opposite.
Yes. Hello, IKEA. Can you give me a ready-made cabinet, please? Politics joke on a football show? No, thank you. Tielemans with the only goal of the game, 63rd minute. You know what I do feel sorry for? Okay, I feel sorry for the fact that you had Chelsea fans cheering for the goal. Then it getting ruled out, and then you hear the Leicester fans cheering, because quite frankly, no fan should cheer a VAR decision, even if it goes for your club. I know it's going to happen. Maybe I'm being pedantic, but if you cheer a VAR decision, then every fan is going to do it, and it's going to feel shit.
Basically, if you cheer a VAR decision, like a really bad one, you've got a small penis.
You heard it here first! If you cheer a bad VAR decision,
I'm patenting that.
I'm going to get you a t-shirt with that on it. If you cheer for a bad VAR decision, you've got a small penis.
Talking about that,
we've got a follower. Thank you very much. Aowatuma's following us, so thank you very much. Aguero is the theme, so thank you very much. That follow for that line. So well done, Callum. You've got us that follow. Well done.
Get it.
Well done. If you coming soon to our store. We don't actually have one, but if I can, I'll make a T-shirt with that on it. Yeah. You can keep all the merch revenue. Right. What else? Well, congratulations to Leicester for winning the FA Cup for the first time. We had other matches today as well, which we've now got to focus on. There's one in the Premier League at 8 p.m. It's Brighton Hove Albion versus West Ham United. But before we move on,
Classic.
We've got a question saying Aguero coming to Chelsea. Unlikely, because it appears Barcelona are moving in on that front.
For free.
For free. And I don't know why they have an obsession with signing players that are over the age of 30 and selling their young players to every other club in Christendom, but that's apparently a club that's £2 billion in debt and is so desperate for cash, they want a 2-year suspension from UEFA. Anyway, let's move on. Burnley 0, Leeds United 4. I mean, it's Burnley versus Leeds.
That was weird, because I saw it at 0-0, and then I came back to for 20 minutes later, and it was ends. I was like, oh, 4. I was like, okay, that's just typical Leeds. Like, you just don't know what they're going to be like. Like, they'll get knocked about everywhere by some random team, and then the next minute they'll show up and they'll batter anyone.
I love that though.
You probably really like them, don't you?
What, Leeds? I like the way they play. I don't like Leeds United. God, I'm a Brian Clough fan. I love Brian Clough. I fucking hate Leeds. They're a bunch of dirty bastards.
So really, you like Bielsa and his.
I like Bielsa and his style of play. I do not like Leeds United. No, never gonna like Leeds United. I have a softer spot for Nottingham Forest than I do for Leeds United. And plus, Dennis Wise, man, left Swindon to go to Leeds United, and his biggest game was Huddersfield because he won't win a cup, he won't win a shield. His biggest game was Huddersfield, as in the Swindon Town chant. But yeah, they got a 4-0 win against Burnley. I mean, Leeds have had a fantastic season. You know, they might finish ahead of Arsenal. Fingers crossed.
Well, that's not saying much, is it?
I mean, that really isn't saying much, is it?
That's really not saying
Arsenal
much
are crap this year. I do like.
Hang
on, another comment. They let Suarez go, and he was 33. Yes, they did. And now they're going to sign 32-year-old Sergio Aguero. Right? Yes.
Luis Suarez is the reason why Atletico are going to win the league.
Exactly. They've shot themselves. Barcelona have shot themselves.
Don't even diss Luis Suarez.
I'm not. Barcelona have shot themselves in the foot with their terrible transfer record. Yeah. It's dumbassery at the highest level, and I don't even like Suarez, but I'll admit he's a damn good player. He's a damn good player.
He's gone to Atletico, and he's just like that, swiveling off Barca like mad dickheads.
Can I suggest something controversial, that Aguero goes back to Atletico? Maybe.
I don't know. I mean, if you
I reckon he could go back there. I reckon they've got the money.
He definitely could.
Him and Suarez. Real Madrid and Barcelona ain't winning the league title for a long time with those two.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So Leeds United winning 4-0. Who scored the goals? Click.
It was Click.
Click 44th minute. Harrison 59th minute. Rodrigo 77th minute and 79th minute. Messi will go on a free transfer. No, I don't think so. I think Barcelona
they're going to sort something out to keep on me. They're not going to. They just can't. They're not going to get rid of him. They've got, even
though they should cut his pay in half because they can't afford it.
At least,
at the very least, they need to cut his pay in half to.
More.
They're €2 billion euros in debt. Well, yeah, more.
And they're paying him $1 million a week.
Yeah. And they, you know,
how can he actually go to him and say, I demand £1 million a week? I mean, if you know what, no matter how good he is, and he is the best, he is the best that has ever been. But as soon as he went to the board and say, "I demand this, and I'm not taking no for an answer," they should have laughed him out.
Yeah, but they won't because he's dollar, he's
Oh,
money,
well,
he's money.
I mean, he is
he is that club.
Important.
He is Barca, as AO
he rules it.
Points out. Messi is Barca, and they need him way too much. It like we were I was comparing as one often does, Ronaldo and Messi on the show last week, and I said, like, Messi's an artist. He's like Picasso.
Yeah.
He just paints the portrait he wants on the pitch, whereas
Ronaldo's
incredibly technical. He's the engineer. Yeah, he's the machine.
Physically,
Ronaldo is a machine. Messi is an artist.
Yeah,
I love that difference.
They're both the best. They're both the best of those fields.
Yeah,
they're both the best
amazing
of those fields
players.
that's ever been.
Amazing. Yeah.
Like, the fact that Ronaldo, like, he's 36 and he can still go for the 4 or 5 years if he wanted to.
Thursday night's Channel 5 next year, though, potentially. Well, unless he wants to leave PSG, apparently.
Hey, it's funny, isn't it? Ronaldo left Madrid or went to Juve to win them the Champions League, and he's going to play in the Europa League next season.
Yeah, no luck for Cristiano Ronaldo at Juve. Let's go to the other game in the Premier League today.
Just go on. Want to talk about Zidane being a bad manager? Pirlo is a terrible manager.
Well, you know what? They're talking now that Zidane, if he does leave Real Madrid,
goes to
Juve, which I said last week, he'd get found out immediately. I still don't rate Zidane. I really don't rate him. I don't think he's very good. I think he gets found out at any other club. Zidane should only want one job after the Real Madrid job, and that's a French national team job. Beyond that, he should retire and quit now.
Yeah. Well, you know what? And I know it's really obvious, but I'm just saying it now. But I think the problem with Real and Barca, and it's dead obvious, but they spend too much money, put themselves in too much debt in terms of buying old players. So all their squad is just old players now, mostly, and they can't afford to replace them.
No,
so it's going down.
That's for sure.
And you know what? Sure. As much as I can't stand Diego Simeone, like, I can't stand him.
See, I rate him.
He's such a toxic guy. Like, if I couldn't be in the same stadium because I want to run down to the pitch and punch his lights out.
You just want to punch him.
The fact that he ran down the touchline against us last year. If I was one of those fans, I'd let you chop his head off or something if I could. Oh, knobhead. He'd be great on night out. But
hey, you're getting shots. You're getting shots with Diego Simeone. He'd be like, Sambuca to get you started. Let's go. Shots.
Hey, imagine him in LRV.
This is what happens when the majority of the football ends. When the EFL ends, we've got very little to talk about, so we're just trying to make each other laugh.
Which isn't hard.
It's not that hard. We both like a laugh. Speaking of a laugh, Fulham, they lost 3-1 to Southampton. Sorry, Fulham fans. Sorry, Pops. Sorry, Dad. He was a Fulham lad. Anyway, yeah.
Anyway,
Fulham. Speaking of jokes, Fulham lost 3-1 to Southampton. They were, of course, relegated this week. We know. And, of course, we'll get to the other team in a moment because I'm sure we'd love to talk about that guy, the greatest England manager of all time. So Fulham lost 3-1 to Southampton. Adams and on the 27th minute, Teller with the 60th minute goal to make it 2-0. Carvalho with the goal back for Fulham on the 75th minute. And Theo Walcott, 82nd minute, 3-1. Fulham have been relegated from the Premier League. I've said it before. I said it at the start of the season. They were one of my favourites to go down. Two, I thought it was a minor miracle that they got promoted in the first place. I think Scott Parker has done a wonderful job there. They are talking about him being one of the people potentially that could be in line to the job that nobody wants, and that's the Tottenham Hotspur job. Nobody wants that. Everyone is turning that down. So it was Nagelsmann originally that turned it down. Then it was the Ajax boss who turned it, Ten Hag, who turned it down. And now apparently Allegri's their target. He's presumably learning English so he can turn down both the Tottenham and Arsenal jobs, just in case.
They're both bad at each other, those jobs. Jesus.
I mean, no one wants those. But Fulham, they haven't really surprised us. Well, no, have they surprised us? Because I expected them to finish rock bottom without a hope or a prayer. And, we talked about them, being worse than Derby.
At the start of the season, like, were they going to be worse than Derby? Yeah. And to be fair, where they were, like they had no hope at all start of the season. Like, they were absolutely... They were one of the worst teams I've ever seen in my life. But they did manage to turn it around, and I'm ashamed to say that they done double over us this season. Or did they?
Did they? I can't remember.
No, I think we managed to scrape a draw at Craven Cottage, and they beat us at Anfield. So I'm not really happy about that. But no, we actually got them. We got them playing really well.
I mean, they always played good football. It's just that they couldn't play any other way other than attack. But then again, when your defence is that bad and you've got an owner that, I've said it before, prefers playing with his nice wrestling action figures in Jacksonville in Florida. Oh, AEW. Oh, I'm going to play with this figure and this figure. Oh, you're going to fight and wrestle and wrestle. Tony, can you sign some players for Fulham? No, I'm too busy buying my new action figures.
You know that also describes the Glazers.
Yeah, with Tom Brady, they're like, "Ooh, Tom Brady, get us some touchdowns, yeah!" And he runs, he runs along, yeah. Tom Brady, yeah, yay, Tom Brady. Oh, whatever. American soccer is not something I know anything about. And sorry, rugby for pussies. That was it. Rugby for pussies. That's what it was. All that body armor. That's another T-shirt. American football.
I was going to say
that is another one of our T-shirts. Yes, Fulham. They've surprised me. I think if they keep Scott Parker, I think they'll be back up immediately. I think they'll be yo-yoing a few years. Sure. I see it. Remember when Sean Dyche first got Burnley promoted and they went straight back down, and then they got back up and have been there ever since. That's how I view Fulham. They're going to go down, they're going to come straight back up, and then they're going to be there. They'll learn some valuable lessons.
At the moment, apart from the past couple of weeks where they've actually turned it around, I always thought Newcastle like that.
Yes.
Kind of went down, didn't they? Came back up, and they've always been like hovering there. Even with when Steve Bruce came in, I was like, Jesus Christ.
That was a... well, actually, you say that Premier League Manager of the Month.
Well, that's
not even a joke. Jesse Lingard is Player of the Month.
I know. Yeah, Jesse Lingard, Jesus Christ. Oh, hang on.
Freaky Fridays happened.
Young Jesse Lingard. He's only a cool 28 or something like that right now.
Oh, then I'm 27. Have I still got time to make it to the top?
Just spot, yeah. Hey, go play West Ham like him. You're right in there with.
Oh God, no, not West Ham. No. Yeah, if Scott Parker stays at Fulham, they'll be right back up. I suppose we have to talk about the other team that went down this week that we found out got relegated. Can we just have I think we just need a minute silence. Put your hand on your heart. Minute silence for the greatest England manager of all time. He never lost a game. 100% record. Alf Ramsey. Who the fuck's he? He's got nothing on Big Sam. West Brom relegated, ending Sam Allardyce's perfect record of never being relegated, or, in fact, probably just resigning before clubs get relegated, and I'm shocked that he didn't do it this time, but he didn't. And, quite frankly, the talk is now, does he stay? Probably, but he's too old. He's 66. He doesn't want to manage in the Championship.
Yeah, he's not going to manage in the Championship, is he? He's gone. He's going to find the nearest chippy in West Bromwich and hide in there.
No, that's not what he's going to do. He's going to get the first plane once all these COVID restrictions out. He's getting the first plane to Malaga. Find the nearest chippy there. And that's what he's doing. You were right with a chippy, but in the wrong location. He's not staying in the West Midlands. He's heading to Marbella, party capital.
Yeah, he's hiding out in one of the bars in Marbella.
Ibiza.
Parties all day, all night with Big Sam.
Yeah. If he goes to Marbella, maybe he can go to Lineker's. Head to Lineker's bar. I wonder if that's still open. Gary Lineker's brother, by the way.
Probably.
Yeah, he's just... yeah, so West Brom, we hardly knew thee. Was it a mistake to bring in Big Sam?
No. I think really who else was going to take over with actual experience of saving clubs from relegation?
I mean, they were always destined to fail. I think they should have just left Slaven in charge.
Well, yeah. Because with Slaven, you kind of have that bit of hope, don't you? Because he's a likable guy. Big Sam, he just kind of like, oh, no, not really.
Yes.
Like Village, Slaven Village has a bit of personality. Like he's a nice, Big Sam is just dreary.
Scott Parker to Spurs. Ewatuma, and it's going to be a coach at Juventus. So, let's have a look at. So we've talked about Arsenal the last 2 weeks, and I don't really want to focus on them anymore because it's kind of boring now. It's kind of it's becoming. It's got to that stage for me where it's becoming not funny anymore. Where it's just becoming, you know when you
sad.
Yeah. It starts really funny. Like
banter Arsenal, yeah.
Yeah, it's just banter. Yeah. Like the Daily Arsenal on TalkSport or something like that. You do that. It's funny at first, and then it just becomes really sad at the end of it. Like, this used to be a really good club, and now it's no better than bloody Everton.
It's able.
Everton are better than
Everton
them.
better. Everton are better. At least Everton
Aston Villa, Leeds United, both in the...
Leeds are better. Like,
Leeds are
Arsenal
better.
literally become
Aston Villa are better.
Really mid-table club.
Yeah.
Aston Villa, they're all better clubs than Arsenal. Arsenal right now have I would hate to be an Arsenal fan just simply because there's no hope, there's no plan, there's no.
He's gone for the job too early, hasn't he? That's what it is.
Yeah,
he's gone for the job too early.
Well, the thing is, I was going to say like Frank Lampard, but then Frank Lampard at least had a job at Derby and done something, and even he was too early taking the Chelsea job. Like, he's literally gone, oh well, I've coached alongside Pep at Man City and done well, therefore I can automatically go and do my own thing at Arsenal. Even though literally at Man City he was assistant and he didn't have any proper responsibility.
Apparently he was a very good coach, though. He was a very good coach.
Yeah, but it was easy. Man City, when he was there and doing well with them, like, they were doing very well themselves. Easy club to do well with. Now he's having to do it all on his own at a club that are just nowhere near Man City.
With an owner that doesn't want to spend money.
Exactly. With nowhere near the value of the players or anything like that. And people are like, well, I wonder what's going wrong. Well, maybe just took a bit too much,
Too much too soon.
Chewed off it. Yeah, way too much too soon. Even if he was in the same position as Lampard and had an earlier job in the Championship or something, I'd still consider it too early to take over now.
Yeah.
They're just going down.
Yeah, I agree. And reportedly, that because they've been fined, well, I say fined, they've given a bit of money to UEFA's youth development projects because of their whole Super League. Apparently, they don't want to spend money this summer because they've spent money on that. They've given a sizable donation to UEFA's youth development program because,
So they're perfectly happy being mediocre mid-table, at best.
Hey, at least it makes Tottenham fans happy, and that's all they've got. They've not got any silverware. That's their trophy cabinet. The "we finished above Arsenal" trophy.
Well,
it's fictional.
Yeah. They're as bad as each other.
Yeah, they are as bad as each other. Both. You know what? It must be easy for both clubs to have, to live rent free in the opposing supporters' minds.
In each other's heads.
Yeah. They get to live rent free. Right, let's focus. Let's get into the show proper then and talk about French football. The wonderful, the oui oui, which is yes in French, even though it's in English it's go to the loo, you creep. I need to take a French yes is how I say I need a pee. Let's have a look at PSG because French League 1 or Ligue 1, it's 1. Sponsored by Uber Eats, and that might just be the best sponsorship of a football league ever since Coca-Cola sponsored the EFL.
Yep.
Fucking Absolutely. Coca-Cola Championship. I want that back. Coca-Cola when League 2. Come on!
When it was announced that Uber Eats were going to be a sponsor, people laughed at it. And you know what? Who's laughing now? Because honestly, I love that.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I wonder if they get free meals at halftime, the fans.
Free Mackies.
Yeah, free Mackies. Speaking of Uber Eats, they delivered my McDonald's today. That's I'm more of a Deliveroo guy, but hey, you know. Let's have a look at the French table because PSG are 3 points behind. Now, it's been suggested by a former Crystal Palace owner and chairman that PSG should potentially ditch Mauricio Pochettino if they lose to the so-called Sunderland of France.
So does being a sort of former Crystal Palace owner, does that make him qualified to comment on whether PSG should let, I mean remember who's actually saying this stuff?
Yes, I know, but
no, I honestly think no, because I think it'd be stupid for them to do that.
Yes, absolutely. I agree, but let me play some devil's advocate and say that the French league should be an easy job for the likes and quality of that PSG squad.
That's the way it used to be. Like we say this about the German, Italian, French, and Spanish. They're all one horse races. I'd say more so for
the German league. Yeah, definitely.
Bayern are definitely like top, but there are a couple of good teams there fighting out for it.
9th Bundesliga title in a row.
Well, yeah. But then you look at France and Spain and Italy. Look at Italy, Inter Milan,
winning their
AC Milan,
for a very long time.
There's like 4 teams above Juventus.
And you look at Roma next season,
and they just got better and better. France, you've got Lille, Lyon, Monaco, Spain. You've got obviously Atletico,
Real, Barca. Seville,
well, really only Atletico are challenging Real and Barca. So it's really like a 2/3 horse race there.
Yeah.
Well, I'd say in France, there are good teams. Yes, PSG in terms of like their budget is always a lot bigger than all the others, but the others have got good teams. They've gotten better over the years. Like back when I first started watching other leagues and keep an eye on them, and actually when we were back in uni, and I was checking on like PSG and all the other teams and that, and they dominated because that was back when they had Zlatan, and Cavani and that, and they just dominated because they just won every match. And because the other teams were terrible then. They absolutely were. Now, I mean...
Everybody else has raised their game, so to speak.
The other teams have upped their game. They've got good players, very good players, good managers. And that's not me saying like, oh, that means that Poch isn't good enough because he can't beat Lille and stuff like that. But I just think Lille have had a very good season. Wouldn't be where they are without it. That doesn't mean that PSG have done terribly. Just means that Lille just done better than them. 3 points isn't not a huge amount.
No, it's not.
It's like Man City, is it? Like with like 10 points, 9 points ahead of second place.
Yeah, there's only 3 points between the.
If it was the point where Lille were like 10 points, 15 points ahead of PSG, then I'd say, okay, come on, Poch, what are you doing? But it's he's done as well as any other PSG manager, where he just wins most matches. It just so happens that Lille have done better, and they got some very good players. Lille got very, very good players. So it's just in my opinion, I just think it'd be a bit silly because I think Tottenham was stupid for getting rid of Poch because he was just the best manager they could have had. Look at as soon as Poch goes from Tottenham, and Man United fans get Poch in now. Who else are you going to get that's better at the moment?
Yeah. It appears I've misattributed these quotes to Simon Jordan. It was actually Tony Cascarino that said Poch can face the sack.
Not much better. Not much better.
Actually, what Simon Jordan actually said, I completely agree with, and that he said that PSG are not a big club, and if they suffer from delusions of grandeur, and that if they are the biggest club, they're the biggest club in Narnia. Because they have no... He talked about history and how they've only really formed since a merger in '72 between Paris Football Club and Saint-Germain Football Club. And after that... But then you can throw the same kind of stuff at FC Copenhagen. They've only existed since '91. But they are the most successful team in Denmark. So, they were a merger. Yeah. So you can kind of...
That's what I mean. They're still a big club, though.
You know what? I think that I will defend his point by saying look at Manchester United's sponsors in the early 2000s. They had Vodafone. Who did Liverpool have? Carlsberg. Who did Arsenal have? They had Sega and then O2. Who did
O2? Yeah.
Who did Real Madrid have? They had Siemens. Barcelona didn't have one at that point. Can't remember who Juventus's were. Bayern were T-Mobile.
Yeah.
PSG's were Thompson Local. Thompson
Who?
Local. Not even the Yellow Pages. Thompson Local. So the Yellow Pages.
Mm-hmm.
The one worse than that.
Right, I didn't realize it could be worse.
Not even they couldn't even get the Yellow Pages to sponsor them, but Thompson Local sponsored them. Directory Inquiries Thompson sponsored PSG. Go on FIFA 2002 or FIFA 2003, you can see it on their shirts. Can you imagine Pochettino and Ronaldinho wearing shirts with Thompson written on them? Because that happened. So yes, let's just look at the caliber of the sponsors. Then again, Manchester United are sponsored next season by TeamViewer, so expect connection troubles for their supporters. Oh wait, you've already got some between your ownership. Ba-dum-dum-ch. Manchester United owners failing to connect. Connection unstable. Let's have a look at some of the names being linked with PSG, just in case Poch, by some miraculous moment, is gotten rid of. Allegri's the favourite at 3-1 with Paddy Power. Didier Deschamps, the current French boss, is 8-1. Leonardo, who will not be taking the job, at 12-1, is their current director of football. He will not be taking the job.
Is Paddy Power linked that as well?
Yes, 12-1. He's their current director of football, and the only other job he had as manager was Inter Milan, and he absolutely sucked. So no.
Jesus.
And of course, Laurent Blanc is 14-1, the fourth favourite, and the fifth favourite, the greatest manager of all time. Get him out of that restaurant. Stop him with the waiting service. It's Rafa Benitez at 20-1. Although I did see an interview with him saying he wants to return to English football. So West Ham. I genuinely could see him managing West Ham at one point.
Like they'd get rid of Moisey at this point.
No, they won't. Next season, though, probably when they don't finish in the top four, or they don't finish in the top seven.
When they get knocked out the Europa League qualifying round by what was it like Steaua Bucharest or something?
Can't wait. So yeah, Poch to stay at PSG, yes or no? Yeah. Let's have a look at the league that refuses to die now. Everybody hates it apart from three teams. It's, drum roll please, you know what I'm going to say, the European Shitty League. And
it's kind of just funny, isn't it? How it's the three teams who we've discussed have had all got financial troubles and all doing really bad at the moment, are all the three teams still left in it. Like I bet,
Yes.
yeah, literally Juventus is like, well, you know what? We're not going to get in Champions League legitimately. We'll just have this 2-year ban, instead of taking the financial hit because we're not in it by ourselves next year anyway.
Yeah. So news broke this week that Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Juventus face a 2-season Champions League ban unless they withdraw from the European Super League. Now, the clubs that have been involved, that are no longer involved, have signed binding declarations of loyalty to UEFA. They've all been fined around, I say fined, they've made a sizable donation of around £8.5 million to somewhere between 8.5 to 8.7 million pounds to UEFA to develop young players in Europe.
The way you say binding declaration is it's like being bloody in like a cult and like signing a written your own blood.
I mean,
or something,
have you seen UEFA
with a hot poker or something? It's like you can't turn against UEFA ever again, otherwise
you say
press
that
this button and like get shock with electricity or something.
You say that there is now within that binding declaration. If the clubs do it again, they get fined £100 million. They have to pay UEFA £100 million
and stuff to it then, can't you?
Yeah, they'd just be like,
or something.
Yeah, it'd be worth it. They'd be like, oh, we don't want to play on Thursday nights. Let's just pay the $100 million and make our own league that we don't have to qualify for because we're shit.
Yeah, I mean, talking about it's got to be European pedigree to get in there. Remember saying like, why are Tottenham and Arsenal in there then?
Yeah, exactly. Everton deserve to be in there more than fucking Arsenal. Although, West Ham deserve to be in there more than
Nottingham Forest there to be in more of a Man City.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, come this coming Saturday, it might not be. Following Saturday, it might not be. They may win their first Champions League.
God, I hope not.
Title. Not this coming Saturday, the following Saturday. It's the next weekend. It's the final weekend of the Premier League, and then we got the Champions League final. But of the 9 clubs that have pulled out, they have signed all binding declarations. They've all agreed to take their punishment and rejoin the European Clubs Association. And obviously they get that £100 million fine if they're very naughty boys. He's not the Messiah. He's a very naughty boy.
You can just imagine, can't you? All the heads who sign the things of the clubs, all in a meeting with Andrei Seferovin is he like the UEFA president? Is he? You can imagine all bowed heads and he's like sitting there like a disappointed grandfather going like, now what have you learned? And they're like, So sorry, Grandad. Yes, Grandad. I'll do better next time, Grandad. Or Master. One of those things. Sorry, Master. I was naughty, Master. Just groveling.
I'm trying to remember what's. You go to the Tower of London and you get that. You go to any medieval fair, you get that thing that you can put your head through and your arms through.
Yeah.
I imagine it's all the chairmen of those clubs lined up in those with just some sort of sodomy's gone on.
Yeah, or maybe have them there and just have a crowd of people and the UEFA just go, throw apples at them, throw rotten apples at them.
There's just a big burly guy behind them with like a fucking spatula just smacking their asses or something. Just like, you will submit to UEFA. It's that kind of torture. Yeah, they're down for that kind of torture right here. Allegedly. Mm-hmm. Don't sue me. Fiorentino Perez still not down for that kind of torture. Neither are Juventus and the Barcelona president. Yeah. You know what? The only good thing about the previous Barca chairman resigning is he told us all this was going to happen. He told us this was happening, and we didn't really listen to him at that point because we were like, it's just the ramblings of a madman. But he was actually right.
Ramblings of a sane old man.
Well, still the ramblings of an idiot, but
well,
hey,
turns out to be truthful ramblings.
Yeah, well, Hey, you know what the philosophy of politics is? The public are always stupid because they're stupid enough to elect you. So,
Well,
that's
the
philosophy.
Don't say that to Boris.
Yeah.
Don't say that to Boris. You figured out their strategy.
So let's finally end this conversation on the Super League. Put it to bed and put it 6 feet under where it belongs.
Chuck it away somewhere.
I would love to see Juventus, Real Madrid, and Barcelona banned from UEFA competition. I don't think a 2-year ban is enough. I think they should be banned for 10 years. How long were English clubs banned for after the Heysel stadium disaster?
I can't remember how long was it.
I'm going to find out. But by the way, there is a lovely... I read a lovely conspiracy theory that the Liverpool fans did that deliberately because Everton would have qualified for the European Cup the following season.
Honestly, that's what Everton
I love that.
Like, they hate us because we stopped going to Europe, yeah.
I love that idea of Liverpool fans who are like, shall we just get every English club banned from Europe so Everton just nothing. I just love it.
Yeah.
I just love the idea of that. It's
a funny side. Let's not forget that we don't want anyone killed because of it.
But what was it? 5 years, 85 to 1991. So 85, 86 to 91, 90, 91. And it's so that's what, 5 years. So give them a 5-year ban.
Yeah,
see how desperate they are for the hundreds of millions of pounds that they earn potentially from the Champions League, from playing the biggest teams in Europe. Let's see how desperate they are, and I swear they'll cave after 1 year when they look at their bank balance and go, okay.
Well, to be honest, if they were smart, they'd be looking at that now and going, okay.
Yeah, but they're not. They're not, because Florentino Perez is cut from the same cloth as Sepp Blatter.
Yeah,
Sepp Blatter. It's nice to see the Leicester City chairman on the Wembley pitch celebrating with the team, as his late father would have done with the Premier League title win as well. So fantastic. Fantastic to see that. Let's move on. Although, I should ask you, would you like to see Real Madrid and Barca and Juve banned? Or do you think that we should work out some sort of well, not us, but UEFA and them should work? Could you imagine if we were put in charge? It would be so much better. Yeah, just us two.
Because it'd be so much better. Well, all you do is walk up to Zidane and go,
get lost. Off. Yeah. I'd be like, City can't have Guardiola as manager anymore. Zidane can't. Guardiola gets transferred to Fulham. Scott Parkin can take charge of Man City, and then I'll say to Pep, go on. Win a title with Fulham.
Manage Swindon Town.
To be fair, I ran a poll this week about Robbie Fowler. I had an interesting comment, so I'll get to that, and it involves Pep. But yes, I probably would do that. If I ran football, Zidane would not be working. Well, he would be working as a football manager, but he'd probably be working in the second division in Spain. And I'd be like, if you're such a great manager, get this.
Go and get Real Zaragoza up to Champions League.
Go get Malaga back in the. Go get Malaga back in the top flight. Go get them back in the Champions League without spending loads of fucking cash and having world class players in your squad. Then we'll see how good you are. And I'd say the same to Pep.
Two World Cup, having basically spending 200 million on fullbacks and then having 2 world class players in every single position.
Pep, Accrington Stanley, Pep Guardiola. Pep, get him into the Premier League. There you go. That's how you prove you're a world-class manager.
Please.
I saw something on Twitter.
It would stop being a meme.
Yeah. I saw something on Twitter that somebody tagged me in to say, obviously, I don't think Pep's the best manager of all time. I don't think he might be the best manager at the moment. I disagree. I think there are better managers. I think his style of play is fantastic, but I don't think he's the best manager. But somebody tagged me in a Twitter post that said, "Oh, is Pep Guardiola the best manager of all time?" And I don't react to that, because I just replied with one simple gif of Brian Clough in a hair salon reading a magazine, and then he looks at the camera and I just put the statement, I wouldn't say Brian Clough is the greatest manager of all time, but he's in the top one. Which is the lovely Brian Clough quote saying he didn't believe he was the best manager.
I saw a Man City fan page saying, "Oh yeah, Pep Guardiola's won the same amount of titles." I don't know if Brian Clough was there, but he had what's his name?
I mean, I'm looking.
Hang on.
You're thinking
Bill Shankly.
Bill Shankly.
Yeah, Bill Shankly.
Liverpool. Yeah.
And I thought, how dare you even
compare?
Put them in the same conversation together? Like, there's just no comparison.
It's like them saying, "Oh, Pep Guardiola's better than Sir Matt Busby." No.
Nowhere near.
You can't even compare Matt Busby and Sir Alex Ferguson, let alone Pep Guardiola and Matt Busby, or Bill Shankly and Jurgen Klopp. You can't compare those two.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, I would never put them in the same like, for me, Matt Busby did for Man United what Bill Shankly did to Liverpool. Like, built them up from nothing to one of the best teams in the world.
Like Don Revie at Leeds.
At Leeds. But anyway, but Pep went into an already overly saturated with oil money, successful team, and just won more trophies with them. That's all he's ever done. Had the best players, spent the most money, and therefore won trophies. And people like, oh, he's the best that's ever been. All because he wears bloody hoodies and cardigans to his matches because he's a cool dude.
Yeah, he's smart cash.
Oh, he's smart casual. He's young and hip and happening.
Yeah, young, hip, happening. Win a first division title with Derby County, then go on to manage their arch rivals Nottingham Forest. Win 4 League Cups, a first division Premier League title. Then win the Charity Shield, 2 European Cups back to back. Win a European Super Cup, and the Anglo-Scottish Cup doesn't exist, but you can imagine where I'd be going with that. Brian Clough though never won the FA Cup, so that's the biggest regret of his career. He never won the FA Cup. He never won the big one. Although he won the European Cup twice, so to be honest, I'd rather have the European Cup than the FA Cup.
Yeah.
But that's the next thing for Leicester now. If they've won the League Cup, they've now won the FA Cup, they've won the Premier League, the Champions League has to be next, or at least start with the Europa League and then get into the Champions League, because that would be everything that they want. Pep, for me, not the greatest manager of all time. Speaking of great managers, let's talk about the current manager of East Bengal. You know who that is? East Bengal Football Club.
Some Indian club?
Yeah, some Indian club. Yeah, they've got a great manager. You know who it is?
No.
It's only Robbie Fowler. This rumour came out of nowhere. It came out of nowhere. So Robbie Fowler is apparently the favourite and has held discussions with Swindon Town Football Club.
Nice.
What's this? So I googled Robbie Fowler and it says Liverpool greats Jamie Carragher and Robbie Fowler have agreed to buy the club's former training ground.
Yeah, say Melwood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they moving facilities?
Yeah, their academies. It was because the facilities are still there, but they were going to be knocked down for flats. But basically, to come together, they're kind of like academies, their foundations, to basically preserve it as sports facilities, but for like football and swimming and gymnastics and stuff like that. So I'm very happy with that.
That's good. I didn't even realise that they were changing facilities.
Yeah, if he also then decides to come Swindon Town manager on the side, then all the best of luck to him.
I mean, if he starts developing his own young players and we can sign him on the free, then that would be very good for its current alleged crook of an owner. Hi Lee Power, how you doing? One day I'm just going to get a letter saying I'm being sued. I did think about joining the STFC Supporters Trust this week, but I realised I don't have the money, so
Sure do.
I could donate £1 a month. I guess I could, but I'd want a bit more for my buck, so I'm probably going to go for the £25 a month. But
More
that's
for
when
my
I could.
book.
But you get a shirt and a badge.
So how much is it a month?
£1 minimum, but you don't really get that much. So
£1. Just basically, how much are you expecting off them for £1 a month?
nothing. I want the £25
Are you
one.
expecting like VIP tickets?
No, I just want the free T-shirt and the badge, which is the £25 one.
Isn't it?
That's what I want. That's what I want. I want the free. I want a badge and a T-shirt. But anyway, Robbie Fowler is being linked, and my local paper, the Swindon Advertiser, reported he would be a good choice to be the next manager of Swindon Town, according to 52% of the surveyed advert readers. Now, I conducted my own poll, which is just as scientific as the Swindon Advertiser, on our Twitter account at TFFS Live, and that ran for a couple of days. And I can tell you that our very scientific poll, only 30. I asked the question, Swindon fans, do you think Robbie Fowler would be a success if appointed by the club as manager? 36.9% said yes.
36%.
36.9. So 37%.
To be fair, his only experience managing is in the Australian A-League.
Australian A-League, Thai First Division, and the Indian Super League. So those are the three greatest divisions in the world. So that makes you ready for League Two.
Therefore, he's the best man to take the Swindon forwards.
No, 63.1%. So a majority saying that he would not bring success to the club. I go back.
Hang on, although those 63%, like I understand they're giving their opinions
63.1%, yeah.
I mean, them 63% are saying, well, they're basing their opinions off his previous work and his previous experience. But how did they know 100% that he wouldn't be a success?
Well, that's what I was about to say, because I was
psychic, are they?
very, very much a skeptic when Paolo Di Canio was appointed Swindon Town manager, and I thought we'd be in the Conference Premier very soon when he was appointed, because I was like, we're taking a massive risk here, and he's a bit of a twat. Turns out he was the best bloody manager we've had in decades. Well,
yeah,
you know. He got the fans really involved. Shame he bankrupted the club by spending so much fucking money, and then he went to Sunderland and then slid on the grass at Newcastle and ruined his lovely suit. But I just want to go to some of the comments on that poll, because the comments were interesting. And this is the one I mentioned earlier. So Jay said, we could have Pep and he'd be crap under Power's ownership. And I've got to say, I completely agree. Lee Power is a terrible owner. Max Springer said, no, this rumour has appeared whilst Lee Power is still the owner, so I don't trust any appointment of his. We've had one, maybe two decent managers under his regime. The rest have been uninspiring and not good enough for the job. Concur with the John Sheridan appointment. I cannot wait to get to our end of season awards and the worst manager of the season, where it's John Sheridan, Swindon Town, John Sheridan, Wigan Athletic, because I can nominate him twice because he managed two different clubs. Bias, maybe. Bias. Richie Wellens, Salford City, ex-Swindon Town manager. No, I'm not going to do that. Yeah, so 63... do you think we Swindon Town fans are being a bit harsh on the former Spice Boy, as they used to be nicknamed at Liverpool?
To be honest, I actually think that the comments that you just read out are more based on the fact that you don't want anyone coming in for Lee Power. Yeah. So honestly, if it was just based, if you actually had a competent owner, then I think you people thinking, well, at least
they'd be more.
Someone's have a chance. Yeah.
Yeah, they'd be more lenient.
Yeah.
Is that, if that's the right word, on him for that? Yeah, I completely concur with what you mean.
Like if they're just basing on whether he alone, without the owner there attached to it, would bring success, you probably have a slight difference of opinion. Like as I said, if it's just based on him alone, then you're looking at his experience. one thing guaranteed: you get your strikers scoring goals.
Yeah, and then celebrating by going on the line, on the touchline. Yeah,
just a bit. Yeah,
that's exactly what. There's a GIF of that somewhere.
Yeah,
it's brilliant. I don't know. I initially thought, that could be an interesting appointment based on the fact that I thought Paulo Di Canio was going to be so crap, and he turned out to be one of the greatest managers we've had in a very long time. And I like Premier League, ex-Premier League players managing at the lower levels, but under the current ownership of Lee Power,
don't trust anyone.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. A lot of players have been released, so whoever comes in is going to have to sign a heck of a lot of players, because a lot of players have been released by the club, and very few players have been retained from the current squad, which is good because they were so shit. But some of the players that are out of contract,
that you've got to sign now to bring them all to replenish the squads are going to be of low quality as well.
Exactly, which is why I prefer somebody like. You know what? Swindon fans will hate me for saying this, but I'd have Richie Wellens back in a heartbeat. He got the team promoted and then left us for Salford. I'd have him back. I'd just say, Richie, come back, get us back into.
Was he ready to come back though?
Probably not. I'd also have Mark Cooper back. He got sacked by Forest Green. I'd have him back. Two ex-Swindon managers. I'd have them both back. And considering I'm not being ambitious like the last time we sacked our manager, where I was like, oh yeah, let's go get the Cowley brothers. Let's go get the Cowleys because they'd be freaking immense. And then I realised that no, that was not. Or the ex-Wigan boss Paul Cook, who is now, I believe, at Ipswich. So, we had. I was ambitious last time with my managerial picks, but yeah, Paul Cook is at Ipswich. I thought he was. I was ambitious with my managerial picks because I went, let's bring in the Cowleys or bring in Paul Cook, or let's be ambitious, and then it was the fucker who I've already forgotten the name of. That's how John Sheridan. Unfortunately, I'm trying to delete his name from my memory. And then we go for something unambitious. So I'm just going to pick unambitious and uninspiring choices. Although I don't think Mark Cooper and Richie Wellens are I think Richie Wellens is more of an uninspired choice than Mark Cooper. Mark Cooper took us to the League One playoff final, so, Robbie Fowler, though, I'm not sure. I'm not sold. I'm not sold on the idea. I don't like the fact that he doesn't have experience in England. Yeah.
But then he's got to get... where else in League Two or Conference is he going to get his experience in the English leagues from?
Well, if he had been a coach at Liverpool, for instance, not manager, I mean just like coaching the youth team or managing the youth team or coaching the first team or something, that would give me a little bit more confidence. But because he hasn't done that, I'm a bit skeptical because, I want my club to have the best manager possible, and managing Brisbane Roar in the A-League in East Bengal and Muirton United as a player manager is not really inspiring.
Just being realistic. So, obviously, you're saying, I wish I could have this ex-Swindon town manager, this ex-Swindon town manager. But realistically, who's think Lee Power's going to bring in?
Whoever's cheapest.
Who would you think would be cheapest at the moment?
Don't know. Some kid that goes to the school next to the county ground. That'd probably be cheapest. It'd just be like, here you go, kid. I'll give you crap money, and you can manage the team. There you go. So that's our problem. We're owned by a cheapskate.
Well, that's the problem with rich people. They want to be the owner of something big, but not spend the money.
That's the thing about Lee Power. He's not rich, allegedly.
Why is he own the football club then?
Because he thought he could spin it for a quick buck. And it backfired spectacularly, and I love it. I love it so much because he's lost a lot of money, and I love it. See you down the job centre, Lee Power.
See you down the job centre.
Utter twat. God, gotta hate the guy. I really dislike the guy so much, so much.
I can hear the venom.
The phone will ring saying, "Oh, you're a." Here's every reason I'm suing you. Let's have a look at the top four then in England, because we covered this sort of last week, but we didn't go into any great detail. And are Liverpool still in it? Because I kind of ruled them out of it, but
surprisingly, we are still in it.
Surprisingly enough, you guys are still in this, and I'm looking at the table now, and still 0-0 between Brighton and West Ham. Liverpool currently fifth then on 60 points, 4 points behind Chelsea. I mean, it's what West Ham, Liverpool, Tottenham really aren't in it anymore. Neither are Everton really.
It's
actually no. If Tottenham have a game in hand, so if they win their game, so Tottenham and Everton have played 35. They're both on 56. Arsenal are on 55. They've played. Actually, no. Arsenal are completely out of it. It would take a minor miracle. West Ham are playing now. Liverpool haven't played yet. So if Liverpool win the game that they haven't played, they'd have played the same amount of games as Chelsea and only be 1 point behind.
1 point behind, yeah.
Is that a miracle? If Liverpool pull off a top four finish, is that a miracle in your opinion? Not that they should be in the top four, but quite frankly, with the season they've had, that's why I'm suggesting it's kind of a minor miracle.
I think it would be. Because I thought we were heading towards basically where Arsenal are. I thought that's where we'd finish off with at some point. I think if we got top four, I think we can just a sigh of relief and just go, right, it's a one-off, back to business now.
I mean, they always say it's tough. It's easy winning the title, tougher to defend it. You know, it's easier winning the title than it is
to be honest,
to defend it.
It's literally I know I've said this before, I know it's cliche, but the injury to our defenders, particularly Van Dijk, cannot be understated. Like, that is the reason. I mean, not completely. I still think we still should have been comfortably top four.
Yeah.
We still should have been comfortably top four, even without our defenders, because our front three just stopped scoring goals. So I think that's like so many results where if we had just won or even drawn, we wouldn't be struggling. We wouldn't even be at this point. We'd be comfortably in top four. So I think what it points out is that we just need our defenders back, and then we need investment in our attackers. And I think we're ready. I think straight away we're ready for another title charge next season.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident in that. I backed Liverpool at the start of the season, thinking that they'd retain it, and I've been disappointed that it hasn't happened. But it's always my picks were Liverpool to win it and Man City to finish second. But because I thought Pep had been found out.
You know what's funny in a way, and I kind of found it a little bit disgusting. You know, good old Michael Owen, right?
Oh yes.
He is an ambassador for our club, for Liverpool.
Why? Right? He left you, went to Real Madrid, played for Newcastle, injury prone, and ended up at United.
Yeah.
What kind of ambassador?
I can't remember, but he does work with the club in that regard. And he put a picture up on his Twitter the other day. It was him next to the Premier League title, and he still had the red ribbons on from last season from us. And he put something like, "Oh, these are going to be turning blue soon enough." And it's like, you're literally a Liverpool ambassador, and you're writing comments about that.
I mean, do you remember he did win a Premier League title with Manchester United?
Shut up. Oh, honestly, I loved him when he was younger. As soon as he started getting injured, he went crap. Good. He went elsewhere. It was terrible.
He went to Real Madrid for inflated wages and an inflated price. I mean, Tottenham are in it, but probably, let's just say that, you know.
Well, Tottenham. Well, the thing is, Tottenham play Leicester last game of the season.
That's a key game, yeah.
Yeah, that's key. Like, if Tottenham can do something, not only does it improve their own chances of like Europa League, I'd say is probably the best for them at the moment. I mean, technically, it's even possible for Leeds to get Europa League.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Let me just see where Leeds are. They're 10th at the moment on 53. They get a win. Well, they need to finish 5th or 6th for the Europa League.
Yeah.
I don't see it happening, but you are right. Mathematically, anything is possible at the moment. But let's have a look at some of the fixtures that they've got to go through. So Tottenham are playing Wolves tomorrow. Nuno Espirito Santos to Tottenham, do you think?
No.
So you don't think he'll leave Wolves for Tottenham?
Yeah, honestly, you could give me any manager's name and say, this person's to Tottenham, and I'd be like, no. Just because I don't understand why anyone would go to Tottenham at the moment. Same with anyone's at Arsenal. I was just saying before, toxic, ugh, nasty.
The greatest England manager of all time will probably park the bus against you guys at the Hawthorns. Yeah, so that's going to be a tough game to watch.
Big Sam can't stand us. Like he's got nothing to play for, and he will just rub his hands at sitting 10 men behind the ball just to ruin the party.
He's a spoiler. That's what he is.
Absolutely. He thrives on it.
He's one of those people that loves spoiling things, and that's... Don't let him watch the next series of Line of Duty before anybody else is watching to spoil it. But yeah, history's just filled with those kind of people that haven't got great achievements of their own, but spoil things for others. Just history's full of them. But yeah, expect to be shooting at a bus tomorrow. Maybe
pretty much.
Maybe he's given Boris a call and said, "Hey, Boris, you're using that bus with all the lies on it from the NHS and Europe and Brexit. Can we use
Brexit
it?
Bus, yeah.
Can we use the Brexit bus to stop Liverpool from scoring?" There you go.
And Boris will be like, Boris will sit there and go, "Well, Jose hasn't given it back yet."
Jose's taking it to Roma. And then Everton face Sheffield United at 7. Tomorrow, which is an interesting game. The midweek games are going to be crucial because they're the penultimate games of the season. So we got on Tuesday, Manchester United and Fulham. I mean, Manchester United, they've got nothing to play for. They're going to finish second.
Anything could happen there.
I mean, yeah. I mean, there's literally nothing to play for in that match. Nothing.
Nope.
Southampton Leeds. That's an interesting game. Maybe if Southampton are clever and hit Leeds on the break, maybe they could get a few goals, but Leeds should win that. Brighton and Hove Albion versus Man City. I mean, nothing to play for there, really. City should win, but quite frankly, they've got a Champions League final in like a week and a half after that, so they probably start resting players now, maybe. They don't really need to play anybody.
They already did against Newcastle. They played Scott Carson.
Exactly.
Guy hasn't played for 10 years.
And then a replay of the FA Cup final on Tuesday night, 8:15. Chelsea versus Leicester City at Stamford Bridge. Massive game. Even more important. Yeah, arguably more important than the FA Cup final.
Yeah, absolutely.
Arguably more.
Okay, about the FA Cup final.
I love the FA Cup, so the cup should be king, but the Champions League is far more important financially.
Yeah.
Everton and Wolves is a pretty big game for Everton if they can win it. They still have a shot. Newcastle Sheffield United is a meaningless game. That's Wednesday. Tottenham and Villa, 6:00 Wednesday. Potentially, if Tottenham can win it, you won't rule them out. Unlikely. I think Villa probably will get the better of them. Palace and Arsenal, also on Wednesday. I mean, that's a nothing game. Neither club have anything to play for. Unless Frank Lampard wants to scout his next club. By the way, that's Crystal Palace, not Arsenal. Could you imagine? Frank Lampard at Arsenal, never going to happen. And unfortunately for you guys at Liverpool, you're going to have to face another Park the Bus team. Burnley. Yeah. You've got the worst freaking teams. You've got the spoilers. You've got Sam Allardyce and Sean Dyche.
And then
they're just going to park the bus. And then you've got Roy Hodgson on the final. You are just going to get the bus parked against you. The park has moved into the stadium and the bus has come with it. They've just parked the bus. That is going to be 3 miserable games to watch.
Yeah. I'm kind of hoping that the 3 managers go, you know what, lads, do what we usually do, but don't put too much effort in because we've got not much to play for.
You know they're not going to do that, though.
No, absolutely not. Big Sam is going to be licking his chops at.
We've outplayed them. We've out-tacticked them.
Yeah, he's going to be licking his chops at ruining our day.
Yeah. Give me the tears of Liverpool fans.
He'll shake him like salt on his fish and chips.
Get me the Gregs. Oh, seasoned with Liverpool fans' tears. Oh. The final games of the season then. Sunday. Leicester City and Tottenham, that's a big one. Wolves, Manchester United is meaningless. West Ham and Southampton is an important game because West Ham still have a shot at the top four. I hope West Ham make it. I want them to make it, even though I don't like West Ham as a club. I kind of want them to be in the top four. I'm just gonna. Somebody's smoking marijuana outside. It smells like weed. Sheffield United and Burnley. That's a game I would not recommend anybody watch it unless you have a good supply. And speaking of drugs, if you've got a good supply of acid, Sheffield United and Burnley could be a fun one.
just to watch it whacked off your head.
Just watch it off your tits. Fulham, Newcastle, another one you might need some degree of acid to watch. Leeds United and West Bromwich Albion. Arsenal and Brighton you might need some acid for. Aston Villa and Chelsea. Man City and Everton, that should be a good one. And then obviously Liverpool and Crystal Palace. Roy Hodgson's last game in charge, do you think, of Crystal Palace?
I mean,
he's out of contract, and apparently Frank Lampard is the favoured the candidate, and it is a rebuilding job because the majority of their squad is out of contract, and they have the oldest squad in the Premier League. Well, when you've got, as last week, when you've got players like Scott Dan still in your bloody squad,
isn't like 59 Scott Dan by now? I didn't realise they had the oldest squad, though.
Yeah, they've got the oldest squad in the Premier League, oldest squad average age of all the squads in the Prem. But yeah, it looks like the oldest. Is Roy the oldest manager? Is Roy the oldest manager?
Yeah,
I think so.
He's like 73 or now.
Yeah. Yeah, Scott Dan, 34 by the way, and he's still playing for Palace. He's so we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with that. So interesting set of fixtures going into the final game. Who do you reckon ends up in the top four? Then come on, give me your prediction.
So obviously City, United,
the two Manc clubs.
Yeah, they're going to finish top two, and then I'm hoping. Well, I think. Chelsea, Liverpool, I think.
Not Leicester. You reckon Leicester might bottle it?
No, I think no. I don't think they'll bottle it. I just think that because the way I don't know the exact sort of points and all that. But I think the worst outcome, if we win all our matches, the worst outcome that can happen is that it comes down to fourth place between us and Leicester on goal difference, and I think we'll have a better goal difference than Leicester.
Okay.
So I think it'll be us and Leicester going for fourth, and I think we'll get the better of them.
Okay, so Chelsea and Liverpool, your choices.
That's what I think, and I think it'll be Leicester for fifth. Yeah.
Okay.
Everton sixth, Tottenham seventh.
I'm gonna back Leicester. I don't think they're gonna bottle it. I think if any team's gonna bottle it, it's Chelsea.
Chelsea are going to bottle it?
I reckon Chelsea will bottle it.
Well, potentially. I mean, you could say, like, I bet you're going to say something like, well, their focus is going to be on Champions League.
Yeah. Well, it'll have to be if they bottle it.
I think they'll have to rest players. Like, when do they play next? They play us on Tuesday, don't they? So I reckon they're going to have to rest players.
I reckon they lose to Leicester on Tuesday.
Hang on. They got Leicester, and then who
have hang on, let's have a look. So Leicester So Chelsea Leicester on Tuesday. And then Leicester Tottenham on the final. On the
And who've Chelsea got on their last match? Brighton?
Chelsea have Aston Villa.
Aston Villa. Yeah, I mean, so basically, really, the difference between our opinions is that I don't think Leicester are going to bottle it, so to say. I just think we're going to get the better of them. You think Chelsea are going to bottle it?
I see Leicester beating Chelsea midweek, and then I see... So whoever wins midweek is definitely finishing in the top 4.
Yeah.
I just see Leicester beating Chelsea midweek. I see Leicester beating Chelsea midweek, finishing 3rd. Unless Manchester United have an absolute stinker to the end of the season, maybe Leicester could finish 2nd. But unless Manchester United have an absolute stinker. But I see Leicester finishing 3rd, beating Chelsea midweek. Then 4th place, I'm not quite sure. I don't think it's going to be West Ham. I don't think it's going to be West Ham. Well, at the moment, they can't even beat Brighton, so of course it's not going to be West Ham. I feel like you might have to come back to me on this one.
No, I'll come back to you.
I think you might have to come back to me at the end of the program.
Let's take a quick ad break. Let's Annie decide.
I can't work out. I can't work it out. This is tough. This is a tough call. Hey, we've only got 10 minutes. I couldn't call it. I couldn't call it. Yeah, Leicester definitely finishing 3rd. Leicester to beat Chelsea midweek. Leicester to finish 3rd. Do I put Liverpool or West Ham in 4th?
And don't let your biases, because I'm sitting here and cloud your judgment. If you honestly think West Ham are going to win above us, I
genuinely think West Ham might finish above Liverpool.
Can I ask you your reasoning?
I just think, actually, no, to be fair, Liverpool recently have been better than West Ham. And to be fair, actually, looking at the Brighton game right now, West Ham are not playing very well. So that concludes my reasoning for my reversal of that decision. I think Liverpool will finish above West Ham, but I don't. I see it the way it is. I see
close no matter what.
I see it: Man City, Manchester United, Leicester, and Chelsea. That's how I see it. And Liverpool finishing 5th.
You think it's going to stay the way it is now?
I think it's going to stay the way it is now. Because you have 3 teams that are just going to park the bus.
Yeah.
And that's going to be annoying. So it won't be Liverpool, as it has been, like, tell me if I'm misquoting you here. It won't be Liverpool shooting themselves in the foot as they have done maybe all season. It'll be the fucking spoilers that are Sam Allardyce, that are Sean Dyche, that are Roy Hodgson. It'll be those guys that cost you your place in the top 4. Manchester City, Manchester United, Leicester, Chelsea. That's my final call.
Okay, so just for those 3 matches that we've got, what do you think the result's going to be? You don't say like the score prediction.
I think you will win 2 of them.
You win 2.
You'll draw one of them. Yeah, one of them is going to. One of them is going to piss you off.
Myself now.
But they're spoilers. That's the point. They're spoilers.
Yeah. And when they don't do it, and Jurgen's smiling, I'm gonna have a big happy grin on my face, and when big Sam sulks down the tunnel after that, and I'm gonna laugh at him.
Look, I want Liverpool to do it. I want them to finish 4th, but in an ideal world, Liverpool would finish 4th, and Chelsea would win the Champions League, because then you get 5 English teams in the Champions League. That's the ideal scenario. Do I think it's going to happen? No, I think Manchester City are going to win the Champions League. Chelsea to finish 4th above Liverpool. That's how I see it.
Okay.
That's how I see it. I don't see it changing. I'd like to be proven wrong.
You're entitled to your own opinion. You're wrong.
You're wrong. You're entitled to your You're entitled to your opinion, but your opinion is bollocks.
Yeah. It's a terrible opinion, but
it's a terrible opinion. It's gonna make children cry. Your opinion, and it is in fact wrong. You're on Santa's naughty list for your shit opinion. Oh, I love it. I love doing this show with you. Gotta love it. Hey, that's how I see it going down.
Can we just talk as well about Steven Gerrard and Rangers Centurions?
Oh yes, of course. Yes, of course. I completely missed that. Yes, Rangers have beaten a 150 year.
102.
Sorry, 102. I thought it was even worse than that.
No, sorry, it's more than that. Probably as 102 the points they got. I thought that's what you're asking. I don't know what the year is for the last time.
All right, yeah. It's a record of it's a unwanted record. They've won their 55th league title, obviously. And 107 years since they've matched Celtic in 2016-17 with the points tally. It's a 107-year-old clean sheet record as well. They've also matched Rangers this season, but fantastic. They've breached the 100-point barrier for the first time in the club's history. The first time. First unbeaten league season since Celtic in 2016-17. First team to win every home game since Martin O'Neill's Celtic. Beat Celtic's clean sheet record of 25 in 38 games. And beat Celtic's mark of conceding 14 goals in a league season, which is the least amount they've conceded. So, fantastic season. Considering that most people thought it was a fluke of a year for Rangers, that Celtic were just so bad. What have you made of it?
Well, I think with that, I don't think Celtic being terrible have somehow then caused Rangers to be basically perfect, apart from 6 draws. I just think it's just been a year where both have happened to happen at the same time, where Celtic could have been terrible and still won the league because they finished second. The Rangers just happened at the same time to come up and be really, 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 really good. So it's just one of those.
Win against Aberdeen today as well. So
4-0.
4-0 win. Yeah, absolutely.
Just casually laying down a 4-0.
Casually laying down a 4-0.
It's becoming a bit like now where the other teams just aren't nowhere near. Because like they've just got a lot better team than the other team. The other teams. Just a lot better players.
Yeah. Who do you see winning the title next season? Eddie Howe, all but confirmed to be Celtic manager next season, apparently. So
I don't know. If I was betting, man, I'd put on Rangers again. That's the only reason why they can't do the same thing. Maybe not like unbeatable like this season, but I can't see any reason why they couldn't go and win again.
Yeah. Well, Rangers have had a stellar season under Gerrard. When is it that you reckon he leaves? And he goes, I've achieved everything I need to achieve. Bring on the Premier League.
I reckon if next season.
Or do you reckon he goes to the Championship?
I reckon he should go to the Championship. Oh, I mean, I reckon he could do well in the Premier League with a lower down team. But if it was me, I'd say if he could win another title again next season, or win Europa League next season, then I'd say I've done everything I can there. Well, maybe. I mean, who knows what he's thinking? He might think, well, I want to get into the Champions League. Well, he's going to be in the Champions League next season. He said, well, we'll make a run of that.
I think he'll want to retain I think he'll want to. He'll want to retain it. Definitely. I don't think he'll leave.
I think if he retains it next season, I think he'll leave after that.
I think he might. I think he might try and win 1 or 2 straight league titles just to
Yeah.
cement his legacy at Ibrox. But you never know. You never know. The almighty pound sign of the Premier League when it comes calling. The summer transfer window is going to be very interesting to see what clubs do in terms of their spend. What are Manchester United going to do, for instance? Because they're definitely going to want to, if they do end up finishing second, they definitely want to progress from this and try and win the Premier League. And Leicester, I don't see spending a lot of money. They're just happy to be in the top four. Chelsea, they were the biggest spenders last summer. Are they going to be the biggest spenders again? Well, they were one of the biggest spenders last summer. They are probably going to be the biggest spenders again this summer because they love to spend.
I personally don't think they're going to spend nowhere near as much as they did last season.
Probably not, but they're still going to splash the cash.
Spend a bit. Like I still think you need a centre forward.
Do they ditch Werner?
I'm not going to ditch Werner. The formation they play, he plays on the left, doesn't he? But they're playing Kai Havertz up front, who is a sort of an attacking mid more than anything. He's not a centre forward. So it depends who they want to try and target realistically to go in there. I don't really think. I mean, obviously, I can't really put my opinions on Chelsea's squad, but it depends how many players they feel they need to bring in. United. I mean, you want to talk about who I think clubs need. I think United need a centre half, defensive mid, and a right winger.
I mean, we've seen Edison Cavani sign a new 1-year deal.
Yeah, he's been very good for them. Honestly, how good Cavani's been, one Uruguayan striker for an old 34-year-old Uruguayan striker has been. I want old 34 Luis Suarez to come back and have a year with us and see. Because I reckon he'd be boss still.
Oh yeah, totally.
Might not have the pace anymore, but he's still absolutely terrorised defences.
And with Norwich back in the Premier League.
Yeah, he honestly, I bet he watched when Norwich won the championship, and he was salivating at the thought of scoring hat-trick.
Got to go back to Liverpool.
Yeah, I'll go back and terrorise Norwich again.
Yeah.
So I think there'll be a little bit of spend. I think it's going to be really curious to see, because it's going to be a lot of sort of smart money spending, like in terms of like. No one's going to go out and just go, right, here's 100 million. They're going to say, well, we'll pay this much up front and pay installments or whatever. There's going to be a lot of that going on. A lot of freeze, a lot of loans, I think.
And if Brentford don't get promoted from the Championship, Ivan Toney, where does he go? What Premier League club do you see him going to?
Exactly.
That's a really good question, because he ain't staying at Brentford.
He could go to anyone.
He could go to anyone, yeah.
I mean, I'd say do well probably at Newcastle.
But would he want to go there? Surely he'd want to be a bit more ambitious for himself.
Where do you reckon? I mean, if you talk about ambition, are you talking about like top 6?
I reckon if you look at who was their previous striker that went to Villa, Ollie Watkins. He did remarkably well at Villa. He's done brilliantly at Villa. So I could see him going maybe to a.
Are you talking about that level, mid-table level?
I'm talking about a mid-table level. Yeah, I'm talking about an Arsenal, Leeds, maybe a Villa, maybe a Wolves, maybe at a stretch Southampton. I don't see him going there purely because they're not. But maybe if here's a theory for you, conspiracy, wear your tin hat. Harry Kane goes to Manchester City. Ivan Toney comes into Tottenham. I could see the hamster running around in the wheel.
Yeah, the gears turning when I'm thinking about it. I could see it, but I don't think they'd have him as the main just number one striker.
Oh no, that's not what I'm suggesting. But as a player that can play up front, or West Ham, I could see him if they can't secure Lingard from Manchester United, Ivan Toney to West Ham potentially.
Yeah,
I could see that happening. Shout for Tottenham, I reckon. Because who else are Tottenham going to get to replace Harry Kane? And Ivan Toney is not going to replace Harry Kane in that way.
Yeah. I mean, here we go. But he'd probably, to be honest, I could see him going to any kind of like squad like that. I could see him. Yeah, I think Tottenham. Villa. I don't think he goes like Wolves. Because I'm trying to think of the style of play that he plays. He's probably
quite
used to
attacking,
very
quite passing, quite fast-paced,
quick
high tempo.
Yeah, So I'm trying to think of what teams play quick. I reckon he could do well with Jack Grealish, the same way Ollie Watkins has.
I
I think
don't see him
Wolves are
going to Villa because Ollie Watkins is already there.
Yeah, then
That's
again,
the only that's the only hang up I've got about that. Otherwise, I agree he would do a fantastic job at Villa.
Yeah, because Wolves are very slow, aren't they? They're very boring to watch. But like West Ham,
bit
slow,
like West
boring to
Ham,
watch.
yeah.
So
Arsenal, I don't see happening.
no, I don't see Arsenal because he's still got Aubameyang and Lacazette. So unless let one of them go, then
also I could just see him going to Arsenal and going, nah. Why?
No?
Why?
Why would I go there?
Why would I go there? Everton's a stretch for me. I don't see that happening.
No, too slow. No,
yeah.
they've got
they've already got players in that position.
Yeah, they did.
I don't think any of the newly promoted clubs will go for him. I think he's out of their price range.
Norwich, Watford, and whoever wins out of the playoffs.
Yeah, if it isn't Brentford, of course, because we're on the prediction that Brentford don't get promoted. But they are my personal favourites to win the playoffs. They've been through it once. I'm sure they can do it this time.
Yeah. To be honest, I was rooting for Brentford last season.
I wanted Brentford to get promoted as well. This season, I want them to get promoted.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't argue against Swansea either. I kind of like the way they've been playing this season. But Brentford. Yeah, I don't know. Ivan Toney. I'm gonna go Ivan Toney, West Ham or Tottenham. West Ham because they need somebody to replace Jesse Lingard unless they can get him from Manchester United. And the way that he's been playing, he might just go to Ole and say, I scored a lot of goals for West Ham. You've got to give me a chance now.
Well, or he could say, I don't think he'd fit in at Man United, Jesse Lingard.
Neither do I, but I think he might just be a stickler and just say, I should be here. Yeah. I deserve to be here.
He will. Stay. I think Man United will think, well, you know what, we can't really, not really in our plans. So I reckon I'll just go, fine, all right, bye-bye. Well, there's West Ham now. Yeah, I'll just go back there.
To be fair, actually, David Moyes has already said that he's hinted at the Jesse Lingard move might not be a realistic.
It'd be crazy target if West Ham didn't actually try and get him in permanently.
How much? I know we're overrunning now because we said we'd go till 9. Yeah. But how much do you reckon? They're reported that the rumor is. Well, I've got a rumored figure, a suggested figure in front of me. How much do you reckon?
I'm gonna try and guess. Like, if you say over 30 million, then I'm gonna like laugh my head off.
40 million.
Rubbish. Nowhere near.
Is the rumored fee 40 million pounds for Jesse Lingard to go from Manchester United to? I would honestly say maximum
30.
25 to 27.
25 to 30.
25 to 27. 20. No, I wouldn't go as high as that. 25 to 27. Because quite frankly, then you could just sign Ivan Toney for 25, 27. So for me, the
thing is, West Ham already bought in Ben Rama from Brentford
from Brentford in January. Yes.
Yeah, and Ollie Watkins went last season for 30. So Ivan Toney's probably gonna go for similar.
Yeah, Ivan Toney's probably gonna go for more than 30. So maybe Brentford could squeeze.
Cheaper option will be Jesse Lingard.
I reckon they'll both cost the same. I reckon Brentford could try and squeeze West Ham for 40 million. For Ivan Toney. I'm not saying Ivan Toney's worth 40 million. I'm just saying that
Ivan Toney probably could.
West Ham are in a position where they need somebody. The ball is very much in the court of the selling club.
I reckon Brentford could try and do that, and I think they'd be definitely a lot more justified doing that. Yeah. He's worth nowhere near 40 million. No. Nowhere near. I'd say maximum at a push, 25 to 30.
25
maximum.
to 30. 40 million, the reported fee, and David Moyes coming out and saying that that's potentially not going to happen. Jadon Sancho finally gets his move to Manchester United this summer, or is that dead in the water now?
To be honest, I hope we get him, but I think he'll go Man United.
I don't see him leaving.
Then again,
Dortmund.
He might not even leave because Dortmund are quoting 100 million.
100 million pound is a quoted figure.
Yeah. So Man United, they couldn't get it done last summer when there's more money available. How's he going to get it done this summer? You know, I mean, who knows? Who knows with that?
Yeah.
I,
So
I'd like, to be honest, I'd like him to, if he doesn't come to us, don't go to Man United, stay at Dortmund for another season, especially if you get Champions League, and then come to us next season. Because for me, you know, obviously this is me going to round fancy now. If we can't get Mbappe at some point, I'd go Sancho.
no, that's a fair shout. That's a fair shout.
Hang on, I'm not, with Mbappe. The problem is not because he's going to last year. I mean, I think he's almost the last year of his contract. I don't even think it's with like the transfer fee that'd be the problem. It'd be his bloody wages. He's on like 450,000, 500,000 now. You know, imagine when he wants when he moves. If he moves.
A player has been brought to my attention that could throw a spanner in the works of the Ivan Toney transfer to West Ham. Dominic Solanke, Bournemouth.
No, I reckon.
I don't think he's as good as Ivan Toney, though. Although Jonathan Woodgate, his manager, seems to think that Dominic Solanke is even better than Ivan Toney.
No,
I completely don't concur with that. But
no, nowhere near.
But if this is all hypothetical. If Brentford don't get promoted, West Ham or Tottenham, I prefer him to go to Tottenham. If Harry Kane, this is on another hypothetical that Harry Kane leaves for either Manchester United or Manchester City. And do you see Harry Kane leaving this summer?
If I was him, I'd leave. I think there's no reason to stay now.
I mean, he's done everything he can. I think he's given his best years to Tottenham, and I think they've given him.
He's in his prime now.
Yeah,
and they've never been further away than they are now to win the trophy.
Yeah, I mean he's 27, so.
Which, I mean, he's not getting any younger, is he?
No, let him go. I say to, but where do you see him going? Man City. And that was this week's edition of the Football Fan Show podcast. Thanks to my guest, Callum Brown. The sad news is that this is the end of the regular season podcast for this season. We have two very special ones coming out. Next week, we're going to be talking about what makes a great manager. It's a discussion for Zinedine Zidane getting a mention. I've obviously railed against him as being a terrible manager. We'll have our final word on that next week in a special edition of the podcast for next weekend. And the following weekend, after the Champions League final, we'll record a special edition on our season review. And then that'll be it from us for this season. We'll come back during the Euros. Don't worry about that. It'd be wonderful, though, if you could subscribe to us in the meantime on twitch.tv/The Football Fan Show. Come give us a follow there. We're at 30 followers. We need more. We need to get to 50 to get that ad revenue, that sweet ad revenue, which doesn't actually add up to that much. Facebook.com/The Football Fan Show. You can email us anytime, thefootballfanshow@gmail.com. Search for us on YouTube. It's The Football Fan Show Live. On TikTok, it's at The Football Fan Show. Instagram, it's also instagram.com/The Football Fan Show. And of course, follow us on Twitter at TFFS Live. Thank you very much for tuning in. We'll see you next week for a very special edition of the podcast. But thank you for tuning in this season. You have a wonderful summer.